The ultimate in sports destinations plays host to the ultimate in youth volleyball talent with teams from around the country and around the world. Today, these AAU stars hope to dig deep, proving to themselves and their clubs what it takes to be champions. Welcome to the 44th Girls Junior National Volleyball Championships.
Nats, music, and mics.
You're looking inside the HP Fieldhouse as we get set for the 14 Open Championship, the main event. On this championship Sunday at the AAU Junior National Volleyball Championships, Asics KIVA Red battles Mizuno Sports Performance. It's Kentucky taking on Illinois. Here you take a look at how these two teams got here. Mizuno Sports Performance, they are the firepower coming into this championship as they get through Elevation and Asics Munciana. KIVA Red, unstoppable getting to this point, but it's going to take their best effort to beat this Mizuno team here today. We definitely know that, and we're thrilled you could join us. Drew Felios alongside Aaron Campbell, the former UCF star. The gym right now is just buzzing with enthusiasm. Everybody is ready for this match, and it's amazing. Mizuno Sports Performance has dominated coming up to this point over KIVA Red, but this could be different, Aaron.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is not only are these teams competitors, their clubs are competitors. They're part of the same region. They see each other all the time. Sports Performance has actually won the last 4 meetings between these two teams, but they played yesterday, and the match went 3 sets, and I expect that we're going to go the distance today.
All right, let's take a look at the players, the star-studded rosters from both of these teams from tremendous volleyball parts of the country. First, Asics KIVA, the stars to watch. Emily Reedy, number 5, Crew Hoffmeyer, number 11, and Parker Knoll, number 16. A setter and outside hitter is phenomenal. Their head coach is Ronald Cordes, a 35-year veteran in club volleyball. He is a legend coming here year after year.
And when I had the chance to talk to him, he said we're smaller, but we have to serve ourselves. We have to use the serve for us to set up for success in this match.
Now Mizuno Sports Performance. Alexis Rodriguez, tremendous, number 8. She's the Libero, one of the best, Aaron, that you've ever seen at that position at this level.
Yeah, and I watched her in warm-ups, and it was like everything she did, she just got behind the ball. She has great control with her hands, so she's going to take a lot of those out-of-system plays, but they're almost going to be in-system because she's so consistent.
18 Meyer and 39 Nina, also ones to watch. There's the head coach, Cheryl Butler. She is also a legend in AAU volleyball. Coach Butler never loses her cool, great demeanor, tremendous player herself, also in the state of Illinois. So we are underway as KIVA serves first. Mizuno Sports Performance will wear the red and the navy blue, and they've got the first point of the match.
And you expect these little points to happen early for both teams. They have the jitters. Even though they're very, very familiar with each other, they haven't played at this stage. Now, both teams and both coaches have been at the championship level just because they're so elite. But these specific players haven't been in this environment together before.
So Coach Butler says that good defense is going to be the key to her team taking home the title. That's what she's talking about right there. Tremendous dig. And now they run their offense. Asics KIVA, though, they go to that far side, and they're able to get the first point of the match.
And great swing by Parker Knoll. That's her bread and butter. She loves to swing deep on the ball.
This is Crew Hoffmeyer, the Libero, serving for Asics KIVA. Maddie Mason, tremendous set. Mizuno Sports Performance. This is going to be a point, and it's going to go to Asics KIVA once again. So 3-1 here out of the gate.
And Leticia Nina, she is definitely the smallest on her team, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have a lot of size still. Very aggressive, jumps very high, can swing high on the ball and get around those blockers.
Now from the right. This shot goes down, and it's 4-1.
And we've seen it a little bit so far today that one team just has so many different weapons to go to on offense. They have somebody they can use on the right side and the outside. And Sports Performance so far is showing the versatility in that offense and really spreading the ball around.
First service error of the match is Parker Knoll. goes back to serve. None of these athletes that we're watching, remember only 14 years old, are committed to playing big-time college volleyball, but several are getting looks. And those looks are starting to become serious discussions. Hoffmeyer able to keep it alive, and we got an illegal touch. Another point for the team from Aurora, Illinois, Mizuno Sports Performance.
And as we see the ages grow, we also see the tightening of the matches. The up officials are going to be really tight on hand calls and contacts because they want the best of these athletes.
This one's blocked. Asics KIVA red. This team can get it done. And Aaron, when you've been unsuccessful playing Mizuno Sports Performance, you take one more look there. So the team in black has not beaten the team in red, even though they've played them 4, and this will be the 5th time here today. So is that in the psyche? Is that a big mental hurdle you have to overcome here today?
Well, what's so funny is I'm talking to Coach Butler from Sports Performance, and she's like, yeah, that's usually not good that you've swept a team 4 times and now you're playing for a championship. It's kind of like the rubber match in boxing. You always want to have it even. You don't want to go into that 3rd one with somebody having a win or the other. So there's a lot of familiarity between these two teams, but you know, fatigue is such a factor. They played each other yesterday, and when I talked to Coach Cordes, he said that this team's just hot right now. They've been playing so well since Friday, so things are a little bit different than the last time they saw each other.
7-3. You get a look at Coach Butler. Very confident, yet cautiously optimistic before this match. Tough to beat a team 4 times in 1 year. Coach Cordes wants to take a timeout, stop action, and talk it over with his ladies as they are down now 8-3. Both of our coaches are mic'd up here today.
Not gonna work, all right? You got a ball hanging up there. What the hell you want to set it for? Who's gonna set? Hit it. Jump up there and hit the damn thing, all right? So we gotta show that and get the ball. Let's start. Don't lose the passing. Get aggressive with the serve. We've been here all week, all right? So just stay calm, play a point at a time. You got to do something to rattle them over there a little bit. Service lane, come on, let's go.
And Coach Cordes said his team has been the underdog in every single match they've played this week, especially coming up to this one. So I like that he brings that in there. Hey, we've been in this position before. We've been in this position all week. Now let's not get used to it, but let's try it. We know how to battle back and get out of it.
Emily Reedy puts it over for Asics KIVA red. That shot's going to go down. They're getting very comfortable, and that's 88 Brooklyn Borum doing the honors. Well, you are right, Aaron. This Asics KIVA red team, they have taken the hard road, the long road to every win. Seems like every match they've played going to 3 sets. So today, like we said, it's going to take their best performance just to hang in and keep it close late.
And so far, winning the serving game is Sports Performance, not just because they've had more opportunities to serve, but they are really, really putting the pressure on this KIVA serve receive.
Side out now to Asics KIVA red. Caroline Cermak to serve for this team from Louisville, Kentucky. Dug back row. And that'll get a cheer from the crowd from Kentucky as Reedy puts it over. And I like that right side, though. Right now they are working that to a T.
And great swing by Zaina Meyer on that right side. She has a really, really long arm swing, but it allows her to get a nice pop on the ball, and she actually beats the block down the line.
Zaina Meyer getting some looks from Nebraska and Penn State. Big time future for this young lady.
Oh, great dig.
Dug in the back row by Hoffmeyer. Now Reedy able to put it down. It's 11-5.
And Reedy really is one of the keys for this KIVA team, just because she's really athletic and she's a playmaker. She keeps the play going on longer than it should, and she showed that versatility in that last swing. The set was off, but she made an adjustment and kept the ball alive and actually scored a kill out of it.
This one's wide. No touch, so it'll be a point for Asics KIVA red. Brooklyn Borum One of many weapons for Mizuno Sports Performance.
Oh, good dig.
Defense has tightened up just a little bit for Asics KIVA Red, but not going to block that one. Brooklyn Borum, just too good a position.
And with having Alexis Rodriguez in the back row, she creates perfect in-system plays every single time. So the set can be that good for Brooklyn Borum. She wants it to be that tight to the net so she can use that full range and just slam the ball down.
And this is going to be a point for KIVA.
Yeah, it was a good call. It was a little bit late, but it was a good call. The block contact, it was actually more of an attack than it was, so she cannot touch that ball twice. Comes down, plays it, and then plays it again. So she actually touched the ball 3 times in that.
That call did come in late, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice dig that time. KIVA Red trying to get inspired by their defense. Trailing by 5 here. And this one finds a spot right in front of the line.
And you talk about dig quality. So it's not just about getting underneath the ball. It's about putting the ball in a position that your setter can make a play. And the biggest difference is KIVA's dig location and quality isn't as good. They're only running one option, where Sports Performance has 2 to 3 in every single defensive play.
Kersinger trying twice and denied the second time. That's a big time block by Ariel Amaya up front, number 85.
And great setup at the net. Good closing, didn't give the attacker any option to swing on that.
Okay, come off the court so you don't get on the water. Okay, make sure that we are keeping out, watch their tipping. We're starting to block them, they're gonna start tipping, okay? Watch their elbow here and watch this. You'll be able to see if they're gonna swing or if they're gonna tip. They're gonna run and do that. Make sure we're watching for it, okay? Let's go.
The benefit of playing a team 5 times is knowing what their tendencies are when the block happens. Such great awareness by Cheryl Butler. I'm sure her team knows that that's coming, but just to reiterate that and using that experience that you've had against a team like this really comes in handy, especially in a national championship.
Kersinger puts it over. Mizuno Sports Performance. A 7-point lead here in set number 1. Drew Felios thrilled to be joined by Aaron Campbell and the rest of our crew here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports for this main event, the 14 Open Championship. Asics KIVA Red gets the point off the net violation. Now it'll be Crew Hoffmeyer going back. You can hear the atmosphere down on the court. I guarantee you it is unlike anything that these girls play in front of all year long. As far as vibrance and energy and just noise level overall as Leticia Nina scores.
Now it's all about the tempo of the pass. The tempo of the pass was fast, got out of the setter's hands really quick, and it allowed the outside attacker, Leticia Nina, to just swing down that line.
Kersinger. Here's Nina again. Tough hit that time, and it's not going to make it over. Parker Null just had a bad angle, and Mizuno Sports Performance defense was right on point. Mizuno Sports Performance, they always seem to bring just truckloads of athletes and families.
Well, and they're one of those clubs that just has so many teams that are that competitive that they're always here. So even in the club and open in every division, they have at least one team there. So they're bringing out their whole contingent, their whole team, their whole club today to watch this match.
'69 Mizuno Sports Performance, a 7-point lead. Here's Nina, goes softly with it. And it goes down. Leticia Nina be tough to go into a battlefield against all these athletes and fans because you're going to be outnumbered no matter what, right?
Oh yeah, and even just trying to navigate through before the match when you and I are trying to talk to the coaches, it's like, okay, all right, here we go. Get around, be efficient, try to find a gap, an opening in these people.
That's when you know you're a heck of a volleyball club. As Nina, you know, Leticia Nina, she is an athlete. She moved from Florida all the way to Aurora, Illinois, just to be a part of this volleyball team. And here she is in the championship, shining here today.
And even when I played, sports performance had such a like a reputation of just being this Olympic breeding program. You know, everything they did, how they walked into the gym, they walked in lines, they did all these things that were very, very specific, that it was already intimidating. And then they have these elite athletes on all of their teams, and it's like, okay, we get it, you guys are really good.
Another point this time for Asics KIVA Red. Cermak stops the run, but Mizuno Sports Performance with a sizable edge here in the first frame. That's shot put down by number 18. That's Zainab Meyer. Once again, Meyer, the player, getting all kinds of interest.
Well, she does it all. She sets, she attacks, she's really good on the block, she's got great ball control. You know, not only as a setter, but as like a utility player even in college, what an asset she would be, because she can do it all.
Now they attack from the other side. The block was waiting for it, though. Asics KIVA Red, if they can get that block going, I think that is going to be essential. They've got to be imposing at the net.
Yeah, or even just slowing the ball down and creating those free ball opportunities for your team. That's exactly what you need.
Just in, right on the corner. The shots have just been on point so far for Illinois.
And great shot down the line by Meyer. That's one of those like indefensible zones on the court. You just don't have anybody there to make that play.
Reedy answers for Asics KIVA.
And if KIVA wants to get back in this match, we just see Reedy go out, but they need to get her those quality sets that she wants. She likes to be in system. She likes to have her momentum going forward. So the sets need to be a little bit more in front of her, and that comes from the pass as well.
Mizuno Sports Performance have not seen many chinks in their armor thus far, as Borum called that time 21-13, the illegal hit. So a little opportunity here for Asics KIVA to try and swing the momentum just a bit. There's their superstar, though. Reedy not in the game right now. Here's Ford. Nice job by Madeleine Ford.
And didn't really even get off the ground, but she had such a good arm swing that was high. Meyer tried to close and press that hand inside, but instead of keeping it in front of her, she tried to close it with position.
Everything that we are. So we got to get the game ugly. All right, that's how we've been winning, is getting it ugly. So just like that shot off the hand, you got to start swinging at these hands, guys. You're not going to hit a ball in six. They're going to dig you all day long. All right, you got to start getting it, swinging at it. You know, come on, let's go.
Well, I love listening to Coach Ronald Cordes do his thing on the sidelines. Just old school.
Yeah.
Not a lot of X's and O's, just basic common sense. And he knows that these girls know how to play. Legal hit that time. Point Sports Performance, and that's a big one because it gives them a side out, 22-14.
And I like the idea of that play, really trying to force that ball to the outside, getting an attack out of it. But if it's not something you're comfortable with, just bump set. There's no shame in the bump set game.
Block was there. KIVA Red able to keep it alive. This one's long, however.
And it feels to me that sports performance is dictating how the match is being played, the tempo. They just have the foot on the gas, where KIVA's just trying to play reactive volleyball at this point. They're just kind of, okay, well, we need to do this just because they're doing that. They need to get that tempo back and manage the game. They need to manage that momentum back in their favor, and they can do that by big kills and slowing down the attacks.
23-15 now. Asics KIVA trying to maintain their composure amidst this onslaught by Mizuno Sports Performance. Hoffmeyer sets it up. This is going to be Kurzinger. Asics KIVA Red not getting many great swings here in this first set. And there's another example. So 24-15, and we've got set point here. Antenna was knocked down on that last point. All the hands go up in the air, 24-15. It's been a first set dominated by Aurora, Illinois. Mizuno Sports Performance trying to finish off the first set here. Tremendous dig. Kurzinger at the net, blocked again. Wow, Sports Performance just on a tear.
And really, it's all about dig quality. Great job by Alexis Rodriguez to keep this play up, but good discipline in the block to get up there and just put their hands over the net. Not going to be a huge attack just because of the positioning of the attacker, but great setup by Jessica Molina, and even better close by the middle attacker.
So Mizuno Sports Performance rolls. They win by 10, 25-15. First set in the books here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports AAU Junior National Volleyball Championships. Numbers are tough to read.
Top clubs and players to be seen by hundreds of top college coaches looking for great soccer talent. Rated the #1 youth soccer tournament in the U.S. in a Soccer America survey, Disney Soccer Showcase gives athletes a chance to shine on one of the biggest and best stages set for youth soccer in the country, here at ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex. For more information, visit DisneySoccerShowcase.com. The ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex on the Walt Disney World campus in Florida holds a number of the nation's top cheer and dance competitions every year, including varsity, whose national cheer and dance competitions hosts up to 300 teams annually. Get your squad the recognition and title it deserves. Visit ESPNWWOS.com today for more information.
Flexing their muscle in the first set of this AAU Junior National Volleyball Championships 14 Open Final. And there you see one of the main weapons, Leticia Nina, number 39, just overpowering in the first set.
Yeah, and she's really not the tallest player on the court, but she just makes plays. She's an absolute playmaker. She's executing the ball very, very well, and what she's doing is reading the defense well, and then being patient in her approach and being very disciplined in everything that she's doing. And so far, she's been really one of the key factors for the Sports Performance team, taking that big definitive win in that first set.
As we told you, Nina, a player that moves specifically from the Sunshine State up north to Illinois just to be a part of Mizuno Sports Performance, feeling this volleyball club, this program, could take her game to the next level, all in pursuit of that college scholarship, Aaron, and that's not something that you're very surprised to hear, because these players want it that badly, don't they? Well,
and it's so competitive nowadays in our sport of trying to get scholarships. We're one of the very few sports that provides full scholarships for young women at the collegiate level, but it's a sport that everybody wants to play. And there's obviously, look at this tournament, there are tens and thousands of girls that are here trying to fight for a one spot on a collegiate team. It's pretty incredible.
Madeleine Ford, good dig for Asics KIVA Red. Mizuno Sports Performance, they just do not let that ball drop. Kersinger, the swing. Keep an eye on the defense at the net for Sports Performance. They are denying everything coming at them right now.
And KIVA's playing well. Like, KIVA is not a bad team. They are doing a lot of things very, very well. But how frustrating is that every single attack or every single attempt that you try to put over to Sports Performance is either dug perfectly or blocked back onto your side of the net.
This is going to be a point for KIVA Red, so they'll get on the board here. Natalie Kersinger, number 13. Key player on this team. Also Caroline Cermak right there, number 2. Right now along the front line. Big time swing there. And a player goes underneath the net. And it's going to be a point for Mizuno Sports Performance. Was wondering about that, Aaron. If you do go underneath to the other side, is that ball still playable?
It is. What happens is if the player runs under the net, she must be outside of the antenna. So if she runs under the net and there's any portion of her body, which it looks like a little bit is actually in the playing zone, she's technically under the net. Now, if it were completely outside of the antenna, which is a 2-foot gap, then it would be okay.
Yeah, rarely do you see that in the sport. Asics KIVA Red hoping for a better start here and set 2 than what they had in the first frame. Kept alive by Kersinger. Now Sports Performance running their offense flawlessly up to this point.
Great dig by Hoffmeyer. Again, she is working her tail off back there for KIVA.
Tracking everything right now. There she is again, coming up. Does not play that one. Her teammate did.
Oh, wow.
What impressed you about that play?
Just Leticia Nina coming from the left back all the way over to make some kind of play and gets actually a good touch on it. Maybe if she would have used the other hand, she would have been able to bring that ball back. Or if she would have just maybe gotten that shoulder around it, that would have been a really good playable ball.
Nina puts it over again for Illinois, and now a touch by Reedy. Nina right now is all over the place for Mizuno Sports Performance. Now back row they go, and a big time smash for Illinois.
And Brooklyn Borum has this arm swing that reminds me a lot of the Olympic level. Do you see how high that thing is? And it's a whip. It's whipping around on top of that ball every time she swings. Very mechanically and technically sound. And she gets a lot of kills just from her technique and her arm swing.
All tied now at 4. Coach Butler, cool, calm, and collected. She was on the court with her team in the pregame, running drill after drill.
Oh, great dig by Rodriguez.
Good job by Reedy. Got enough on it to where it was misplay. There you see the fan base coming from Louisville, Kentucky to the ESPN wide world of sports. This is the largest volleyball competition in the country, Aaron, year in and year out. In fact, the world even.
Yeah, a lot of volleyball players and a lot of volleyball moms. I can see the stress in the volleyball moms on the side of the court with their faces, got their phones out, taking pictures.
Let me ask you this, Aaron. As you take a look at several of the athletes from this great club, if you want to play club volleyball, but you're probably not at the level of one of these teams, are you encouraged to still find a club, find a place where you can expand your game?
Oh, absolutely, because even though you might not be on these teams, you might play against these teams,
sure.
And that's obviously going to make you better. And anytime that you can just get more touches on the ball, even if it's with a coach one-on-one and you're just running, like you said, drill after drill, just getting touches on the ball is going to make you better.
seeing some tremendous digs in this match so far. Now it's Reedy. Borum had a pretty good swing. Null now sets it up, and we've got an illegal touch. Point, Mizuno Sports Performance.
And calling this match really, really tight. I mean, that could have gone either way, but the up officials are not messing around. They really want this to be a well-played match.
Here's Borum. He's had some good opportunities so far, hit it wide that time.
And that's shoulder and arm. She tried to go down that line. You either pick your shoulder, where you're going to just swing in like what we call a Division I shot across your body, or you use the arm swing. She wanted both and just over-rotated on that line.
Hoffmeyer able to keep it alive. And now right side they go. And that swing going to go down is Zayna Meyer. Once again, she plays setter. She's also a hitter. She does both of them really well. They think next year, though, she's going to focus on primarily setting.
Well, yeah, but what's great is that a lot of college teams want an aggressive setter because a lot of teams run 5-1. So they want an offensive-minded setter. So it's almost like she needs to keep hitting so that they see that versatility in her abilities.
Borum with the point. Are colleges looking for bigger setters nowadays, ones that can really be a force defensively at the net?
Yeah, I think so, and I think it's because most teams are running the 5-1 option. Now, some teams do run the 6-2 because they're allowed to with the new substitution that they've implemented, but a lot of teams like having the 5-1. They like having the opportunity to maybe run, you know, a 3 and a wave with their front row attackers and really split that offense and then leave her 1-to-1 where she can do dumps or whatever she wants. So it really depends on the program. I know that a lot of the California-based schools really like the 5-1, but yet some of the Midwest schools like the 6-2. So it really just depends on how they want you to fit into that mold.
Watch this play along the back. How should you know to let that ball go?
Everybody on your bench is screaming, "It's out, don't go get it."
That's one good way. As that one goes out. Aaron, I would be one of those players. Everybody says let it go. I'd put my hands on it and try and be the hero.
I always was, and I always got yelled at. They're like, "That ball was out." I'm like, "Yeah, but I wasn't like 100% sure. Would you rather me go for it and it be out or me not go for it and be in?" And I used to get yelled at all the time.
Both teams really going at it now.
Yeah.
Tied at 9, and a point by Natalie Kersinger and Asics KIVA Red.
And finally, we're starting to see KIVA Red's offense kind of come together. We're seeing Crew Hoffmeyer really control that defense in the serve-receive game, doing a nice job of getting better digs in better positions, and then the serve-receive is obviously significantly changed.
This ball finds a place in the back. Very quietly, Dominique Browder, number 75, has made things happen. There's Ariel Amaya, also 85. Amaya right in the middle of that block right now for Mizuno Sports Performance. That's going to be a point for Asics KIVA. Some concerned looks on the faces of fanfare for Asics KIVA Red. They know that they have got to win this set.
And really, we haven't heard a lot from Leticia Mina in this second set, probably because she hasn't been in the front row very long, but I expect that they're going to activate her a lot while she's in these 3 rotations in the front row.
All tied at 11. No team has really been able to separate. Amaya goes softly with it. Parker Null now for Emily Reedy. That's Reedy's best swing of the day.
And Reedy really likes when the ball's in front of her. She likes to kind of broad jump into the ball and use the momentum from her approach to put the power behind it. So as long as the set location stays relatively similar to that, she's going to have a lot of success.
Go right back to her. This time Reedy's shot dug. Nina couldn't put it home. Here's Reedy again. Up against the wall, and Mizuno Sports Performance having a block party.
And if you see the difference on that swing, this past swing versus the one that she did, she was actually underneath it and wasn't able to see where the block was in front of her. She's not as successful when that happens, so they really need to, again, keep her moving forward. Let her see the block when she takes that swing.
Now it's Null with Reedy. Parker Null really distributing right now for Asics KIVA Red. Longest point of the match.
And just outside battle all day.
At that time, it was Nina going into the net, and now 13-12, Asics KIVA Red with some momentum here.
And whoever starts to use their middle more in transition is going to pull ahead here. We're seeing just complete every single ball going to the outside, going to the outside, going to the outside. There needs to be some middle activation to help take some pressure off of the outsides.
Another misplay by Mizuno Sports Performance, so a window of opportunity for Louisville, Kentucky, and they know it. Timeout, Mizuno Sports Performance. And we got much more volleyball coming at you over the next week. June 22nd, that's this upcoming Thursday. 15 and 17-year-olds will take the court at 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock respectively. And then the following Monday, 4 great matches beginning at 9:30 a.m. It's that time of year here at the 44th AAU Junior National Volleyball Championships. There's a legend, Ronald Cordes, here year after year with his club. Fans have been just tremendous in this match. And Mizuno Sports Performance has a lot more of them on their side than Asics KIVA Red. (14-13) now. I think if you're KIVA Red, you have to lead, or at least try to, for this entire set. You cannot leave the window of opportunity open for Illinois, because they will take advantage of it and they will slam it shut on you. And we got a net violation, so Asics KIVA Red will get the point in the side out.
And it's plays like that where it's lack of focus. You didn't need to jump on that ball. It was not an aggressive swing out of the back row. It was more of a free ball situation. Don't waste your energy and jump on that ball and risk getting in the net like that, because that was a much needed point for your team.
Big time shot by Brooklyn Borum. Borum has been a little quiet here today, but able to get the perfect angle.
You see that thing just whip around. She just whips that elbow around on the ball.
Parker Null was right there, but sometimes just nothing you can do. Borum, one more time. Starting to heat up at the perfect time for Mizuno Sports Performance.
And Crew Hoffmeyer is doing such a good job at reading the ball, but what's happening is she's just cheating up just a little bit. If she would stay a little bit deeper, she could make that lateral movement to the right and probably make a good play on that ball.
And now trouble on the return for Asics KIVA Red. 3 points in a row for Mizuno Sports Performance, and Coach Cordes calls timeout.
Make the decision on where they're going to hit it, okay? You want to be the wall, all right? We can play defense against anybody. Good job serving, keep right side now. 1st and 20 right now. We're almost there. Almost there. Let's go for it, okay? Let's go.
Everything right. And every time you have a coach that thinks about the match in chunks, She said first to 20, first to 22, first to 23. Whenever a coach thinks about the match in chunks like that, they're very, very in tune with what runs look like 2-point runs, 2-point swings, 3-point runs. They're very, very aware of that. And serving is definitely part of their focus to help alleviate what those runs are from their opponent. So it's interesting that she mentioned those two things in that timeout, and then they get a service ace.
Ball falls just in, and right now, just everything going Mizuno Sports Performance's way. Maddie Mason, nice set. Parker Knoll couldn't put it down. Who is going to step up for Louisville, Kentucky? This time it's Madeleine Ford, number 9.
And Maddie Mason just getting so excited for this team. She's trying to be the emotional leader on the court after that great swing by Ford through the seam of the block. Had Brooklyn Bourne right in front of her face and was able to make that cut into the seam.
Now it's Bourne. You know, Bourne's got that interesting swing. It's almost like an over the head, over the top type of deal, Aaron. It's really unorthodox.
A little bit. It's very like baseball pitcher-esque, where she's got, like, I always think of like Tommy John, you know, when they have just that really fast elbow wrist connection. Looks very similar to me.
Zayna Meyer keeps it alive. Here's Bourne again. Mason playing along that front row. And it's going to be a point for Asics KIVA Red. I ask you this, Aaron, as we near the end of this second frame. You mentioned the baseball reference. It's cautious nowadays how many pitches a pitcher should throw. Same thing in volleyball. Should a player limit the amount of times that she kills during practice just to save the strength in that shoulder, or is it limitless?
I think that with the right technique, it can be limitless. Now, I know a lot of people that have like torn labrums and things like that happen naturally just over time. Not so much at this level, but at the collegiate level. But you'll see now, there's a lot more focus on sports medicine at the younger ages. All of these girls will leave with ice. When I played, it was like, whatever, just go home. So it's very, very cool to see the adjustment in the actual care of the bodies. But if you do the technique right, you shouldn't have those long sustained injuries, more fatigue over time.
Mizuno Sports Performance first team to 20, and now 5 points away from winning this 14 Open championship. Nice shot that time by Natalie Kurzinger, trying to keep him close.
And a very, very rare ball to beat Alexis Rodriguez. So great swing by Natalie Kurzinger to find the seam into that deep 5 zone.
Zayna Meyer sets it up. Saw Leticia Nina, a little bit quiet this set. And that's a miss hit by Reedy. And Sports Performance will add another point now, and their fans can sense it.
And Reedy, she's good out of system, but she's so much better in system. I keep talking about how she likes to be led on that ball, but it's those little things that she can fine-tune in her game as this match goes on, is trying to be more defensive when she knows she doesn't have the perfect swing.
Tough time, that time by Sports Performance, so point for Asics KIVA Red, and now 21-20. Well, you are right, they're calling this very tightly. They want to make sure ball handling is at a premium here. Good shot that time. That is number 39. Nina was there. Also Jessica Molina, 67, making it happen. Mizuno Sports Performance. There you see some of the athletes that are competing in this AAU Junior National Volleyball Championship. A lot of them have medals on. They've already won their divisions, and now it's just about cheering on their friends and making as much noise as humanly possible.
As humanly possible, yeah. And then some people haven't even played yet. They're getting here, they're getting settled, they're looking at the gym, trying to scope it out. Maybe had a little serve and pass today to kind of knock off the jet lag or any kind of fatigue that they've had. But man, they are just a presence in this gym right now.
Illinois now 3 points away. Kentucky gets the point though. Cermak, number 2. So Asics KIVA now within one, 22-21. Oh, it looked like Asics KIVA Red, a little surprised that time.
Yeah, and Dominique Browder, thank God she was there to make that play and keep the ball up for Zayna Meyer. But Natalie Kurzinger, probably not used to playing the back row, just got caught in a weird position in defense.
Asics KIVA a bit flat-footed. Put over by Reedy. Oh, tremendous play. And again, it's Brooklyn Borum. She has been the difference in this third set, and it's match point.
And she plays so different than Leticia Nina. So even when you think, okay, finally there's relief because she's Nina's going in the back row, then you get Brooklyn Borum, who just gives you a completely different look.
And a big win, a championship in the 14 Open for Mizuno Sports Performance. The tunnel is forming, and you can betcha these players about to run right through it. How's that for a caravan?
It's hard to see where it actually is going to end. That's great. I love to see that kind of inter-club support. Makes it really, really powerful when teams come here and they win. It makes it feel so much, has a bigger weight to it when you see everybody else being excited for you like that.
The very best of club volleyball illustrated right there. The support, the talent, and the coaching of Mizuno Sports Performance all coming together. They were challenged in that second set by Asics KIVA Red, but just not enough firepower on the other side. Let's take a look at some of the final numbers. As the championship going back to Aurora, Illinois, look at the kill difference. When you trail by 9 kills to this team, you're just not going to win.
Yeah, and the other stat that's not on here is digs and dig quality. You know, great job by Sports Performance to dominate in every category, but they also dominated in overall digs and where the digs were being placed. They were really able to transition out. So when you add all of those things together, it's like you can't beat a team like that unless you match them or just do one thing a little bit better.
And the atmosphere, the best here in this match than any we have seen throughout the day. We had a great crowd cheering on Vaquetas and OTVA in our 12 Open Championship, but this one just had a different type of energy. And now, you know, you're hugging the players, you're hugging your families. You also got to hug your teammates, because this moment right here, these players will never forget the rest of their lives.
I agree, and it was such a team effort. Yeah, you have Leticia Nina and Brooklyn Borum really carrying it on the outside, but there were so many little pieces throughout the whole match that really kind of helped alleviate some of the pressure to them, and then just made this a really big team effort.
Mizuno Sports Performance proving why they are one of the elite volleyball clubs in the entire world. Congratulations, champions of the 14 Open Division. We hope you enjoyed it. A busy day here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports in HP Fieldhouse for our entire crew in the production center alongside the great Aaron Campbell. I'm Drew Felios saying so long from the Walt Disney World Resort. And we'll see you later on this week at the AAU Junior National Volleyball Championships.